Hello, what's up? All right. Well, I'm gonna give it a try, but you know, um, no, I mean to be fair, they all seem to be giving me equally just as great grief, whether it's Nevada, the default map, or whatever. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, give me 5 minutes just to start the computer up, and I'll be on shortly. Right. Yeah, I'm just on my phone at the moment. Yeah. All right, catch you in a bit. Bye.
Request rearming. Copy. Rearming complete. Yo.
Yo.
What?
Yeah, good shit.
Yeah. Doing my last few hours tomorrow. That'll bump me up to 10, then Saturday I'm taking care, so.
Nice.
Just figure out when you can come up. 104.55.
Just loading up.
Roger. Does your dad fancy coming up?
He has said he would come up.
We could both come whenever. If he's able.
Yeah, he said he would come up.
Let's see what missions are spawned at the minute.
No, it's got to go horribly wrong. I'm going to restart. Be right back.
Alright. Roger.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
I haven't actually checked yet. Is your Welsh pull ones up?
Yes, mate, yeah. I'll be surprised if this missile makes it. This rocket. I launched it at 9 miles just to see if it would. Oh, it's spinning. That tells me it's run out of energy. Yeah. That's what spinning means.
Well, are you currently attacking, Matt?
One sec. Currently attacking the easy air to ground targets, I think.
Okay.
I'll tell you where I am. I'm just trying to figure out myself. Waypoint 26 for me.
Oh, here we go, shaking starts. Ugh.
Well, if you can't join me, you can't join me. I feel like it's every time now.
It is pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah. Whereas it used to be, well, it didn't used to be every single time, did it? It's definitely started being every single time now.
Oh well, I just need to go out and get the jump off, and I'll get the track IR sorted out.
Oh, you're buying it now?
Well, I'm gonna need to, because I need to do some sort of flying, won't I?
Yeah. At least track IR. Even if you're only on track IR with this, at least you can get on.
Yeah, it's gonna be shit. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, it will be compared to VR. Anything is.
Yeah.
But it's still better than not being able to play.
That's the thing about flight sim. At least you know, because you don't fly in VR, so to speak.
Yeah, you could.
2 seconds, just switching the device.
You could fly in VR, but generally we don't. It's even more of a nose. At least this kind of game's fairly VR orientated.
What is? Sorry.
DCS. But because flight sim is what it is, it's not really VR orientated, is it?
No. But. Oh well. Life is shit, but must move on. So, do we think boys is going then?
Don't know why. What's happened?
So, was it the Chancellor and the Health Secretary, Javid and Rishi Sunak have both resigned?
Oh, okay. What, because of Bojo?
I don't know if it's because of that. I think it's because of the that MP who resigned his whip because he touched those two men inappropriately when he was drunk.
Oh.
Apparently he had that kind of. Apparently it's all coming out now that I haven't read full into it, but what I get gist of is that he's had that kind of past, and you know people expressed that to the Prime Minister, but yet still promoted him. So you know it's obviously just made the boys look absolutely bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, literally both of them resigned on the radio on my way home from work.
Well,
I was like, wow, never heard that before.
do you know Compton Abbas? Do you know where that is?
No, I can't say it's familiar.
Well, that's where I'm going. South of Salisbury Plain. I gotta go round Salisbury Plain tomorrow.
Okay.
Have a look at my Welsh poll. If you're not doing much now.
Yeah, I could have a look.
When you come flying, I'd rather us go fly somewhere and fly back than just pointlessly like go up. But it depends what you want to do.
No, yeah, I'm down for that.
It's just,
So it's just for example, if you rent the plane for 2 taco hours,
yeah.
we could fly up somewhere, let's say 50 minutes away, land.
So
Say
two taco hours, mate, from block to block is roughly between an hour and 10 and an hour and 15 real time. Per taco hour. So you're looking 2 taco hours. It's actually closer to 2.5 hours of the engine running than it is to 2 hours. So we can fly somewhere an hour away quite easily.
What I'm trying to say is that we could fly out somewhere, but then could we stop and say like for an hour have something to eat or whatever, and then fly back?
Yeah, so for that I'd rent the aircraft for maybe 4 hours, and that would be acceptable, I think.
But then you would only pay the 2.
Yeah, you got to try and
hours.
the non-official club rule is unless pre-arranged, like to stay overnight somewhere or something, you got to try and log half the time that you've got the aircraft booked.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, definitely do that. That's what I do really. Except from I haven't got anyone with me to have lunch with or anything like that, so I usually have a couple of cups of tea out of my flask, a bite to eat, and head back. So I'm usually only on the ground for half hour. Where would you fancy? I'll be honest, I don't fancy going anywhere near London. It's boring to shit. I'd rather go to a GA field somewhere that I've never been to.
Yeah, but I have no idea, so...
Well, maybe Husbands Bosworth.
I have no idea where that is.
Up near Leicester-ish.
Completely up to you, mate. You'd be flying it at the end of the day.
Because that'll take us roughly 40 minutes there and 40 minutes back if we do it just flying a route. But we can actually have a little bit of a play. Otherwise. Either that or Leicester. Leicester's a nice little GA field. And that's take 40 minutes to get to Leicester as well, because it's roughly the same area. It's about a 5-minute extra flight to get to Leicester from it compared to Husbands Bosworth. But Husbands Bosworth's a grass strip, whereas Leicester's got full concrete runways.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'd have to decide in advance, because to make the most of the aircraft, make the most of the aircraft, you want to sorry, I was just in the middle of locking on and shooting at something. You want to plan in advance, so I get in, do my checks, and we go pretty sharpish, so we make the most of the book time.
Yeah.
Why is this not? Oh, there you go, killed it. But it depends what you fancy doing. I'm happy if we are splitting it half and half to do 2 hours. That's cost you about 145 to 150, somewhere around that each.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot, but for 2 hours doing that, it's pretty good. And obviously you'll get hands-on time.
I don't think I really want to do that.
What?
The bug will come back.
Fine. You're not allowed to touch the controls then. Fuck you.
Fine by me.
Nah, of course you want to. Even Kirsty's gonna have a feel of the controls.
Thing is, I know how that plane flies. I've been there, done it. I know it's a long time ago, 20 odd years ago now.
I will definitely do some spiral descents.
No.
Why?
An inexperienced pilot, mate. I ain't letting you do fucking dodgy shit with that with me in the flight deck, mate. No way.
What do you mean? Spiral descents? They're standard training.
No. None of that bullshit. You ain't no Maverick.
Not spins, you dickhead. You understand a spiral descent's not a spin, right?
I know.
It's
I know what it is.
Oh, okay. It's a very controlled manoeuvre.
Anything controlled with you?
Definitely.
Oops, someone's got sniffles. COVID.
Nah, it's got bogey. It's got a fucking bogey. Map.
Right, what?
Waypoint 1. Designate that on the map. Get the teapot out. There we go. Turn it in, bitch. Where is it? There's the targets. Laser spot track. Teapot designate. Pass that over as target 0. Turn in. Should be well within launch range, yeah.
Oh, you got it set up so you can hear the radio now.
Oh, can you hear it? Can you?
Hearing the ATIS.
Oh yeah, that was just at the beginning. I put it on the speaker. I am looking at trying to get a device that does that though. There is a device that I can get that intercepts the intercom and ATC, which I'm gonna get. It's £115 though. It's a bit expensive. You might hear a little bit some other times as well when the engine's a bit quieter, but went over Cosford.
Oh yeah.
They won't let me land, but I went over there.
Or did you ask to land?
Yeah, they were too busy. I asked if they're too busy, and their answer was yes, they've got 2 outbounds. They had 2 tutors outbound, and apparently that's too busy.
Oh.
God knows. Just seems a bit silly. Routed via Gloucester on the way back. Over the Gloucester overhead. Quite a nice little airport.
So say for argument's sake, you wanted to take away the plane for the weekend. Say if you wanted to, I don't know, just to say for Friday you wanted to take Kirsty to Cornwall for the weekend, so you decide to fly there.
Yeah.
How much would that cost you? Because obviously you've got the plane for over the weekends.
So no, you don't pay rental on the plane like that. So it'd have to be approved. Something like having it overnight has to be approved. And a weekend, you probably wouldn't get it approved. There's too many people who want it for training at the weekends.
Yeah.
It's possible to do that. You still only pay taco hour.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know if you
saying that if you had it across the weekend, you got to do at least a day's worth of flying, then, don't you? Like I said.
No. So that's the difference. Half the time, when it's a reasonable amount of time, there's no hard and fast rule, if I'm honest. But that's the general understanding. Half the time you've got it needs to be logged. But if you're having it overnight, I mean, you're not going to log a day worth. You're not going to log 24 hours on it.
Oh yeah, of course, because obviously you're not going to be flying it at dusk anyway.
So it's more about getting approval for that, and maybe there's a certain fee for having it overnight, because it can't be flown, so it can't be earning money anyway. So you're almost stopping it from creating income, therefore you need to subsidise that.
That's where you need your own plane then, isn't it?
Yeah. I looked, share's probably the best bet to start out with, but I can get, the thing is I don't want to get a microlight, because if I get a microlight it doesn't count towards maintaining the licence. Yeah, microlight won't count towards maintaining the licence, which is...
Have you
no
not spoke to Nigel about maybe potentially joining his?
Yeah, but they fly from Duxford. It's nowhere near. I'd like to own an aircraft.
How far is Oxford Airport from you?
Oh, not that far. Maybe 40-minute drive.
Okay.
I would ideally. I'd just like to buy myself a plane. Oh, buy myself a Robin. Robin would do. I like the look of a Robin.
What about the plan that you spoke about doing it and then giving it over to the flying club to earn its money back?
I would do that if they'd have it, but now they've just got a third aircraft. They've just got a Cherokee 180.
Okay.
So I don't know if they'd be interested anymore.
Would you be allowed to fly the Cherokee?
Yeah. Fly any single engine piston. So, any PA-28, I don't even have to do any. I don't have to do any difference training. Officially, by the CAA rules, there's no difference training. If I did a Cessna, I'd have to do difference training only.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's not officially recorded. It's just an hour with a CFI or something. Yeah. It's just an hour with the CFI. So I can. It's weird. On an LAPL, you don't get a single engine piston rating, but you are qualified to fly single engine piston of any type, up to your weight limit, up to 3 passengers plus you. That's the two caveats. You can do anything a PPL can do. Just you have to stay under your 2,000 kilo max takeoff weight, which, to be honest, is a heavier aircraft anyway.
Yeah.
And can only carry 3 passengers.
And obviously not make any profit from it.
Well, a PPL can't make profit either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a private pilot's license.
Yeah.
It's not meant for commercial.
Not meant for any kind of commercial business. But then there's the caveat that you can't make money, but you can. That used to be that you had to contribute 50%, I think. But the rules changed now. You just have to contribute. There's no definition to what that means. So, like, I'm going to take my boss up. My squadron's going to pay for my boss to go up. Obviously, I'll contribute to the flight, but they'll be paying most of it because the boss is leaving soon. So,
Okay.
do for fuel? 2,200. Head for the carry at 1,500. Right, it's going to flatten that house, that is. Oh, well.
So what things would you say you've learnt now you've had, a good few flights now by yourself?
Well, on the aircraft I flew the other day, Tango Unicorn, has got a G5, which gives you, it's like a digital PFD.
Okay, yeah.
Learned to stop trying to chase the 20, 30, 40 feet, and stop trying to chase individual knots. Get a setting on the engine, trim it for the altitude. It's gonna vary slightly because the air you're passing through is never gonna be consistent ever, because it's always gonna have lumps and bumps in the air that are different to 2 seconds ago, which can, like the other day, it was really thermic and I could definitely feel it because all of a sudden, with no change input or anything at all, I'd be climbing.
Yeah.
I'd either be climbing or I'd be holding it level, but the speed would go 100, 105 knots without any input from me, because obviously thermal's pushing you up, you're trying to stay down, which gives you energy, which makes you go faster.
Yeah. Little things like that you just can't replicate in the sim.
Yeah, what you've got to do is just not chase constantly. Try and relax into it a bit. At the end of the day,
like you let the plane do something, give it a second, correct it, give it a few seconds, correct it, give it a few seconds,
Try not to be correcting the whole time, because you're just chasing tail the whole time. Time for gun, I think. Gun. Let's change this T-pod to LST. Definitely don't need to fly around with so much power now.
You said that just as you're applying full power to take off.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Was that, you look what you watching, the Bryce one?
No, parting Bryce for Welsh Pool.
Yeah, so it quit halfway back from Welsh Pool. Just as I started my climb to 8,000 feet to have a look above the clouds. I think what happened, I think the GoPro, even though it's plugged in, it drains faster than it charges. So it does extend its life, but it only extends its battery life to about 2.5 hours. Because it's got 40 minutes of that plus the other flight, so that's going to be around 2.5 hours. So I've fully charged it for tomorrow, and I leave it plugged into the dashboard, the USB in the aircraft, so it does get charged, but it's not enough to keep it full, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And obviously then as soon as I turn the engine off, it's not getting power, but I do turn the camera off, so I'll just have to watch it tomorrow. But it's shorter flights tomorrow anyway, so much shorter.
Nice though, because you've passed it at just the right time, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
We're coming into our summer months, and we're getting a nice weather like this to go out flying, build up the hours and the experience.
Yeah, I'm now.
And the fact, what I'm liking as well, it's not, you're not flying to the same destinations or anything.
Oh
like
no,
that,
I'm going to explore airfields. The average for most GA airfields is £15 landing fee. Is the average.
Yeah, good for you. You're building up your awareness with different airspaces and experience with it. Building up your visual picture as well.
Yeah. That's why I'm going to a different airfield tomorrow, and then when I go with you, I'd prefer to go to a new airfield. Every time. If I can go to a new airfield every time, it's start ticking them off. Hey, we could even... How far's Duxford? Have a look. Duxford from Bryce. Could even organise to go meet Nigel for lunch at Duxford. There's an outing. Preferably, I wouldn't mind going to meet Steve Munson, but in Rochester, that's his nearest airfield he could meet us at.
Yeah.
But it's an hour and a half or more there, and the same
I'm
back.
sure there's nothing near airfields to him.
I think that's it. But the problem with that is you have to go through the London corridor basically. I don't really fancy it. You either go through it or you go round it
Just
a
go
long
around
way.
it. Probably go
Yeah,
around
but
it.
it's a long way around it though. Poppy, no. Stay in here.
It'd probably be quicker for us to pass it round the north than it would be round the south.
Yeah, you're talking about going in between like Heathrow and all that. Between the Heathrow and the Luton airspace, yeah?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Because the limit there is 2,500 feet. Which, yeah, it's okay. But it's not ideal if you... I don't know what the terrain level's there either. I don't know if I just got hit. Oh, I think I'm okay. We're at bingo anyway. Let's go to the carrier. Right, nav mode. Master arm off. TACAN, 21 miles. Let's calculate vertical landing. Current weight 17 ton. Definitely go for a wet vertical landing.
Inbound.
See if we can avoid fucking this up. TACAN, 15 miles.
He's not quite in Rochester.
No, he's Gravesend, isn't he, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's called Gravesend.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any other airfield near there that's suitable. See if I fuck this vertical landing up, Steve. It's the transition part. And it's being careful not to overspeed the engine as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the nearest one from is Rochester Airport. Otherwise, the nearest airport from that is London City. Oh, imagine that. Imagine you having to do a 6-degree glide slope approach into London City. That would be cool.
I'm not gonna lie, we'd probably do a 4-degree. Because we come in higher than the Pappies. I mean, yeah, you side slip it in. You're not seeing a Welsh pool landing yet. I messed the overhead join up slightly. Ended up high on final because it's a 1500 above airfield level, which is really high for a circuit. And then had to counteract that with side slip to keep the speed down and get low. Of course, Daisy wants to cry now. She'll have to wait. Gear, flaps to stall. Nozzles to, let's go for 60 for the approach. start adding some power. Put the water to available. Okay, well let's turn that down so I'm not distracted. Let's get that to 100% as a minimum. Probably going to only nozzle to 80 because it is doing 20 knots the carrier as well. So it's not a true hover. I will need about 20 knots speed to be idle. Also need to descend.
See you crabbing it.
What, into Welshpool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go across from there. Because the camera's perspective, you're looking right down the runway, but you can clearly see the noses pointing to the right.
Yeah. Crabbing her in.
Oh crap. Ah, Welshpool. Oh, we've spent many hours here on Flight Sim.
Yeah.
No, you're doing it for real. No crashes, no sim freezes. No morons and ATC spawning up on the runway just as about to final approach. People actually know what they're talking about on ATC.
Yeah.
No bullshit, no dramas.
Exactly.
Come on, fuel's 400. Waiting for the carrier to catch up with me. I didn't slow down in time.
I should be alright. As it catches up, I'm going to just nozzle to 80 rather than 82.
You're going to take Daisy up one day?
Yeah, at some point, yeah, definitely.
Get her hurt quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing stops her. She loves it, she loves it.
This is going to be iffy. £200 of fuel. I need to get on the carrier.
We have to slam it down, I feel like. Just to get it on. Oh, well, it's on. Oof. Not great. But it's on, we're not damaged, we didn't die. That was not comfortable. I hovered for way too long.
It's because I overshot the carrier. Note to self.
Slow down earlier. And if needed, then add some power to catch the carrier up rather.
So places like at Welshpool, then it's just park up wherever you like then.
I asked the radio where he'd like me. A
Oh,
lot
fair
of
enough.
GA, a lot of GA fields have a parking area. You just have to park in the parking area. Back in a sec. I'm gonna check Daisy.
Caution, caution. Generator, generator. Fuel low, right. Fuel low, right. Caution, caution.